Greetings, dear ones, and welcome to the year of the black water snake, which officially began on February 10th, 2013, and continues till January 30th, 2014. Well, this is a very different year, and last year, the year of the dragon, was a mercurial, dramatic year and left many people feeling unresolved at the end of the year. And this year, the snake brings forth much more clarity and resolve and decisions in its realm. This year has been referred by many as the year of the goddess. And the reason for this is because of the strong female energy that this year brings forth. So the women in our lives, in our governments, will be more pronounced. Also, the water snake year is an insightful year, bringing forth a lot of ancient philosophies and wisdom. To better understand this year, I would like to discuss a few characteristics the snake has. Amongst the 12 Chinese animal signs, the snake is the wisest and is the protector of family and land. This water snake is insightful, has keen powers of observation, has a lot of depth of feeling, is very focused, determined, and patient. Again, this snake, like all other snakes, brings forth a lot of ancient mysticism, philosophy, and wisdom to guide us in its reign. The snake appears very cool on the surface, but has depth of feelings and is an analytical thinker. It does not worry like the dog, but likes to sit, observe, think, and then proceed slowly. Now, the snake energy is a slow-moving energy, and this year is a much slower paced year. From beginning to end, the snake is not in a rush to finish its realm. One of the most important things I would like you to take away from this recording is that snake years are unpredictable years. This is because we can never predict which way the snake is going to move. So we can plan this year, but just know that the last minute our plans may change, and there will be sudden shifts of perception, direction, and action. The snake tries to resolve things first in a very peaceful demeanor. However, when it cannot, it coils and strikes. And when it strikes, it usually creates a lot of havoc. And this is why most snake years are known to be years of great disruptions, eruptions, uprisings, and are not peaceful, tranquil years. However, I think the water snake is going to be, quote, less dangerous than other types of snakes. Now, this year, because of the 6th numerology of the year, and because it is the year of the water snake, really focuses on family, lineage, history, homeland. And we will all be spending more time with our families and taking more care of them and visiting our homelands and being more interested in where we live, maybe doing renovations or remodeling, and there will be many big relocations this year. For the snake really wants us to find our home, our true home in our hearts. And because of the strong property energy this year, I feel that this is one area of strong focus. And I don't necessarily mean there will be fluctuations in the real estate market. I can't foresee that. All I can really say is that the snake rules property and land. And this is where a lot of us will be thinking of either purchasing properties, selling our properties, moving back to where we were born, where we were raised, or where our friends and families are. Now, the snake is our protector, and we will feel its protection and guidance throughout each one of our lives. This year is a strong year on communication. The snake wants us to be in reflection, in meditation, and to think about our lives and to release things and to move forward. So this year is a big year for metaphysical studies, connecting to our higher truth, and seeking wisdom and counsel from those who really can bring forth this energy for us. And it is a big year on psychology, on probing, on creating more resolution in our inner core. And this is a wonderful quality the snake brings forth. So, as we communicate more and are more in touch with our truth this year, a lot will be revealed to us. And the one thing the snake brings also with it in its realm is a lot of secrecy and sometimes betrayals and deception. So a lot of things will come to the surface, will be unraveled this year. Now, the snake is very fond of the academic world. And this year, all of us may think of reading more or seeking more knowledge or going back to school. Also, the snake favors science and medicine, and in its realm there will be much advancement in these two fields. Snake years usually bring progress in industry and commerce, and because of the water element this year, I feel the water industries and the metal industries will fare well. This year will probably bring forth a lot of travel across the water or near water ports. And for the ones who feel they would really like to take a vacation and replenish and rejuvenate themselves, even if you travel to the desert, it may be more a spa or a hot springs where you can really use this water energy for healing. Now, the snake has a lot of flair to it, a dramatic flair, different than the dragon and the tiger, but nonetheless a very sensual, interesting flair. The snake is not very much interested in the modern concepts. Again, its strong attraction to lineage and heritage and history makes it want the more sophisticated forms of arts, the more elegant, beautiful forms of arts. And this year we will see beautiful works in fashion, music, theater, and the romantic language of the soul, poetry and literary works. Also, the snake this year will bring a lot of difficulties where natural disasters are concerned. And there may be more earthquakes and floods. But again, take this with a grain of salt and just remember that each year, unfortunately, there are natural disasters, and this year is not an exception. Socially speaking, this is a very balanced year, for the snake is at times in need of reflection and meditation, but at the same time, it loves a good party. It is very social. So we will all feel the balance of spending time alone and also wanting the company of others. A highly romantic soul, snake years bring a lot of romance to the forefront. But this is also where there is some complications. For the snake does not really gravitate towards the predictable romances, but usually always chooses partners that are highly shocking and unpredictable. So we will see many romances blooming that we would never have foreseen. Again, scandals and betrayals and lies and deceptions come to the forefront in the year of the snake. And there are a lot of partings of ways, sudden partings of ways. So just as we will see romances bloom, we will see many divorces and endings. Now, snake years are decision years, and this year the snake wants each one of us to create movement. And in snake years, a lot of us will shed skin and walk into new shoes. I feel there will be many people who will have drastic career changes, drastic personal life changes, and like I said at the beginning of the recording, many big relocations. Now, again, if we remember the unpredictability of the year, and sometimes the striking venom that the snake year can bring, we can expect a year that will have a lot of drama in it. This will also affect our governments, and we will see the political scene will be quite full of surprises. This year, certain geographic areas of the world are more sensitive, as the Middle East and Far East. And I think the Middle East will have even more turmoil, and hopefully in the reign of the snake will have peaceful resolve. Japan has some positive aspects this year, and China has tremendous astrological support, helping it gain even more momentum. Germany is another country that I feel will have much progress, and Europe will gain a lot of its magic back. Now, Canada has had a lot of progress in the previous years, and this year it will have some progress, but not as much as before, and Quebec may still be facing some challenges and friction. The United States should fare well this year because it has a lot of support. However, it needs to be even more diplomatic and tactful. Now, in terms of the financial realm this year, snake years really like nice things of life. They like the material comforts that life can bring. And they like to look good and always carry themselves very well. So this year, people will be more concerned about their security. They will be saving more money. They will try to dress nicer and look better, and again, create a lot of aesthetic beauty in their home, whether they remodel, they buy new furniture. And the snake likes, again, to have a good appearance and to save for a rainy day. In terms of health, this water snake year rules the kidneys, respiratory tract, lungs, and bladder. And this is where we need to exercise good health. The snake year is not like the tiger or horse year where we will want to do a lot of exercise. We may feel a little bit lazier at times this year, and the snake may favor, again, ancient wisdom and philosophies for our physical bodies, like yoga or Tai Chi, or even Pilates. And this is where we need to be more focused and more determined and disciplined to be sure we are getting enough exercise. And because of the 6th universal year, this year very much is more on foods and comfort foods. So again, we need to be careful that we're not overeating and watch our weight throughout the year. Now, it is very hard to really say how each sign will fare in a given year because this is dependent on the element of year you're born in, the sign of your year, the hour of your birth, the country of your birth, and even the day of your birth. So I would like you to take the last few minutes of this recording with a grain of salt and just remember a lot goes into really forecasting somebody's year. But in general, the rooster this year has a lot of progress and will gain a lot of momentum and will feel very empowered. For the snake is very supportive of the rooster and is one of its best friends. I think, dear rooster, that this year you should really go for your dreams and you will see a lot of green light. I think also the dragon will fare very well this year. After a powerful rain last year, it may feel a little tired, but this year the snake will support the dragon, and the dragon will have many wonderful moments and will feel the progress. Now, the ox is another very dear friend of the snake, and the snake will have the ox continue to work hard and will create progress for the snake. However, the ox needs to remember that the reign of the snake is unpredictable, and sometimes the ox will be faced with last-minute changes and shifts that it needs to just embrace. But altogether, I think the ox, by the end of the snake realm, will feel this was a very progressive year. Now, the rat this year will have opportunities in its career and financial life. And this is where the rat needs to use its very shrewd powers of perception to make the best decisions possible. And just remember, sometimes the snake years can bring a certain air of mystery or secrecy to them. The rat will have the support of family and friends, and I think if the rat is patient, it can make wise decisions. Now, the monkey also will have some progress in certain areas of life this year and will have the support of its family. However, the monkey needs to remember that the snake is a serious animal, where the monkey enjoys sometimes playing tricks on the snake and has a good sense of humor. The snake will not welcome those and will feel irritated. So the monkey needs to be patient and focused in the reign of the snake, and then it will have progress. The sheep has some wonderful social good moments in the year of the snake and will come into contact with new friends and will feel that it is really able to relax more this year. And this is where the strength of the year is for the sheep in its social life. I think the sheep will enjoy the reign of the snake. Now the rabbit will have a little progress in its career and may come in contact with an influential person this year. However, in its personal life, the rabbit needs to be more in its truth and communicate and be honest in its relationships. It may not always get the support needed this year. However, I think the rabbit will do okay in the reign of the snake if it is honest with itself. The horse this year has some good romantic aspects, and this is where the horse can flourish. Next year will be the year of the horse, so I think this year the horse should just enjoy its social life and be open to new romance and just save its energies for its big, powerful year next year. Now, the year of the snake challenges a couple of signs, and the sign it challenges is going to be the tiger and the boar. Now, the tiger energy will not actually do bad in the reign of the snake if it is patient and accepts the delays that this year will bring. This year may not have the fast energies and resolve the tiger so likes. And the unpredictability of the reign of the snake may challenge the tiger. However, if the tiger keeps a low profile, I think it will adjust to the movement of the snake and will do well this year. Now, the boar, the wild pig, is in opposition of the snake. And whenever we are in opposition years, it means that that year does not feel harmonized to our natural inner being. So the boar will face a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs this year. And the key thing in a challenge year is to face the challenge and to work through it. I've always said in all my recordings that it is in challenge years that we create the most growth. And we need these years to break through to our next level. So, dear pig, just be patient and face everything with courage. And I think by the end of the year of the snake, you will see the snake has really guided you and brought forth a lot of wisdom into your life. Now, the dog had a difficult reign last year, in the year of the dragon, and was forced to make a lot of changes. This year, the snake rewards the dog for all its hard work, especially in its personal life. And many dogs may be tying the knot or celebrating in their personal lives. And this is where the strength of the year lies. Now, finally, for the snake itself. Whenever we are in our own year, that year is an important, powerful year for us. It is not about it being easy, but rather it is about making decisions, about creating the change we want. It's like the universal light is green. It's giving you a lot of support, dear snake, but it is up to you to make big decisions and to go through this year being really honest and courageous. I think if you do, by the end of your own realm, you will have made leaps this year. Now, in the last couple minutes of the recording, I would like to just sum up and say that this year is about our higher truth and wisdom. It is about us being decisive and clear. It is about us creating the changes that we need in order to have a more fulfilling life. The goddess year is one that will connect each one of us to one another, will bond us deeper, will create meaningful relationships. This is not a shallow year, and the snake is not attracted to the superficial. This is a serious-minded year of higher truth, of ancient wisdom, of family and lineage. And I think we can all benefit from the guidance of the snake. I thank you for listening, and I wish each one of you a year blessed with good health, peace of mind and clarity, joy of spirit, and much fulfillment. Thank you, and God bless.